Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well. Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU
Call
16.
to order. Do I take attendance, or do you guys
Just go
write
around
it down?
and introduce each other.
Oh, fantastic. Left to right?
Bob Dudra, member.
Nick Norton, board member.
Mike Whistler, board member.
Jen Harrington, board member.
And I'm Bryn Sullivan, I'm the vice chair. Do we have anyone here for public comment? It does not appear so. Did we have minutes to approve for this?
Minutes were not sent out. They will be sent out for next meeting to approve.
Next meeting to approve. Thank you, Greg. All right, number 4 on our agenda, we have recaps. Who's doing our recap? Greg,
I
Dave?
will start hitting it off, and then they can fill in after us. 10 Hampton Road update. If you drive by, the roof is off the building on the backside, so trusses will be coming in, fully gutted down to studs in all the areas that we needed. So it's very exciting to see. And now that the roof's off, it's more exciting because now it's really going. And so we finalized the budget with HDC, Hampshire Development Corporation. So our projected budget is slightly over budget by $14,000, but we have a $24,000 contingency in there. So we may have to go to the select board as it gets further down if we do need to tap into some money. We have impact fees, but all in all, I think HDC has assured us that they're right on point, and we're looking forward. Hopefully there's no surprises. There was one surprise that really caught everyone off. The back portion that we thought was new, built in 92, was not built in 1992. It looks like it is part of the original structure of the house, and it would have been some kind of transitional way from the main house to the barn. So either a garage or something, but there were some beams, which actually assisted us because there was better stability and structural integrity. So it was a win for us, but when you open up drywall and you find barn board, you're like, oh, this is, and the different beams. So that was the one thing that we got caught on. But they're going fast, and once it's buttoned up and weatherproof, then all the mechanicals come in, and we start closing it up.
Greg, can you remind us of the timeline of this project?
Yes, we are going to be wrapping up by the end of August with anticipated move-in date in September.
Fantastic, thank you. Planet Playground.
And this will be me too as well. We held a final send-off on April 12th. 19th, sorry, got booted. It was coincided with our egg hunt, which was a big success. Lots of people came out. Mike was there, I know. Thank you for everyone that came out. Quickly thereafter, we demoed, and anyone that's gone by, we did have a soft opening of Planet Playground this past weekend, just to give a preview, and we've gotten rave reviews. Little things are happening this week, though, and that's why Planet Playground is closed. We're doing our landscaping now. So irrigation went in yesterday, trees were planted yesterday, loam was delivered today. They started spreading the loam. Sod is coming. They're going to be laying the sod down, and then we're putting the sign back up and planting flowers and everything to make it look pretty. Benches are going in. Fence needs to be tweaked a little bit. It was a little high in some places, and we weren't happy with it. And yeah, the playground will have to be closed temporarily in June for a weekend because the 2 to 5 year old element was inadvertently ordered in the wrong color. And so they need to come back and put it in. It comes in June 16th, the first day of summer camp. We'll set it aside, and that following weekend, the 21st and 22nd, I believe, they're going to come in, do it, put it back together, and on Monday, when we get back for summer camp, it'll be perfect, ready to go.
Do we have a ribbon cutting or any celebration as a grand
So-
opening?
So once that is put in, then we will finalize a date for the official ribbon cutting. It actually will work out better because we'll actually have kids. We're going to try to work it around summer camp and have
Yeah.
a lot of kids there. So not only will it be inviting and have a full smiling faces, but we'll have a good crowd and hope to do a little party for it. So.
That makes sense.
And then, I forgot to mention, because it's been so long, the select board approved installation of all the mats for Planet Playground to be installed by the playground installer, so that's why it sped up things. But we did also hold a day of caring, and Nick was there. For the United Way, we had 35 volunteers come out, and we raked, backfilled, did a lot of landscaping to prep for what's to come. So thank you, Nick, and everyone at the United Way that showed up and helped. And it was a good day.
That's exciting. Thanks, Nick.
Oh, sure.
All right, staffing updates.
I can take this if you want. So our interns started on Wednesday last week. We have 3 interns, 2 rec management, and 1
Economic and finance.
economic and finance major. And they've been a huge help so far. It's a really busy time for us, so they've been helping us out with everything. We're still interviewing for our senior coordinator. We've had a lot of good interviews. And we should be making a decision hopefully by the end of this week. Actually, we had our last one yesterday. So hopefully we'll have that position filled in the next few weeks. Our parks laborer started 2 or 3 weeks ago now too, so fully staffed in the parks division, coming in at a clutch time when we're very busy. So
His name is Chad Dean. Owned his own business and had the occupation of maintaining cell phone towers. So imagine
Wow.
climbing 200 plus feet and rappelling and doing all that stuff. So he's looking for a little more stability and enjoying the park. So brings a plethora of experience that really, he hit the ground running. Nick can attest. He was there that day, like literally his first week. The Friday after was the day of caring, and he's running around, raking, doing things. Just he's running solo this week as one of our parks foremen is taking a well-deserved vacation. So he'll recharge before summer starts.
So great, that puts us two
Parks.
laborer.
Yep.
Okay,
We have a parks laborer and a parks foreman.
okay, but two
Yep.
staff members for that?
2 staff members,
Okay.
yep.
That's
And-
terrific.
yeah, and then our seasonals, we're hired and fully staffed too for the summer. So
Nice.
we're ready to go. A lot of prep going on this week with camp and pool and concession. Staff training starting soon. So looking forward to another good summer.
That's exciting. I know it's a lot of hard work, so thank you. Camp update.
Huge camp this summer. We got 310 kids over the course of 2
Woohoo.
sessions, and a staff of 40. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to training starting on Monday. Yeah. Super excited. We added some new trips this year. We're going zip lining with the teen camp, so that's going to be really fun up at Gunstock. So I'm excited about that one. Yeah, doing some surfing, added some new themes. Just getting excited about all the kids coming in. And we're going to be doing training at the park this year to really look at Planet Playground because it's brand new to us. So new site, new layout there. So doing training there on Monday and going from there. So we're excited.
The grade splitting up.
Oh yeah, we have so many kids this year that we usually we do like combined grades, so it'll be 3rd and 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th and 7th grade. but we can't have 80 kids in a camp group, so we split it into individual groups by grade, and there'll be like 4 counselors or so based on ages and ratios with each grade group. So a lot more leadership staff this year, but it's great growth and development opportunity for so many of our staff. So we're excited about it.
So do you split that up in different areas of the park
Yes.
by grade?
Yes. So our head counselors kind of meet and just call dibs on certain areas. Like I'm thinking about basketball. I'm thinking about doing a game in the playground. I'm going to do something in the field. I'm going to do something in the pavilion. So they kind of rotate throughout the park. And sometimes they'll do something together. But we always make it work. It hasn't, it's a logistics meetings every morning, but yeah, they make it work.
What is the Little Adventures Camp looking like this year?
It's better. So we grew a little bit. So last year I think we had like 5 kids. So this year we have like 8. So still pretty small. But I kind of like it small. It makes it good. I have a teacher from Manchester who lives this way who will be the head counselor for that. So that'll be really nice. Nice addition. Focusing on some STEM activities with them as well. So that would be great.
What is the rain plan? Is it the same rain plan as in previous summers? We haven't had any changes quite yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
We were hopeful, but next summer.
Next summer.
Next summer. So we'll still be at the Tuck on rain days.
Okay.
Old high school.
Will it be easier to we have an extra van though, right? Was
We
it?
do, yeah. So
So
as long as it's not on a
potentially-
trip day, then we have
Yeah, no rain on trip days.
The first student's been really good over the years,
Oh, yeah.
where Caroline could pick up the phone and say, hey, but she's also good at anticipating. Like, we're looking at the long-range forecast, and some parents may doubt us.
Yeah.
But we talk in a group like, what do you think? Oh, I see this cell coming in, and ever since I've been here for the 22 years, they always joke that Exeter has a bubble around it, and you can see storms just go around. So let's just hope that bubble stays strong and no rain.
I do try to make the decision before camp day starts because it's just
Right.
easier for kids rather than
Yeah.
having to transition them and transport
Smart.
them.
Yeah.
Some kids don't transition well, some counselors don't transition well, it can be hectic, so I just like to make the decision, and we can always use the fields at the Tuck, so it's like we
Yeah.
can be outside until the bad weather comes in.
Right.
Is at least my,
You got to make the call at some point.
exactly.
Perfect. Thank you. We've kind of gone through a lot of information. Board, do we have any questions or anything? If you haven't shouted out already, it's been a
One
lot
question.
of information.
There was some pool work being done, I believe. That's all done and ready to go?
Yep. Pool, we have a new concession door, we have new lighting, ventilation fans, which are awesome. They're solar powered. So
Nice.
Jen, we walk in there and they're just humming away, just a nice little hum.
can't
And
wait.
it does keep the building considerably cooler and also fresher air. I feel like the bathrooms
Better
don't.
turnover.
Yeah, so there's one in the concession, one in the men's room, and one's in the women's room.
Nice.
So, Scott, before he went on vacation, stayed really late last night to make sure the pool got fired up. So the pool is filtering and full of water, ready to go. So we'll be adding our pool chemicals. And then what else did we do?
Did you mention lighting?
The lighting, yes, the lighting all was replaced as well, LED lighting.
Yeah. Slide, yeah.
Well, yeah. But the LED lighting, because we got a tax credit and got a really good deal, and our staff put them in over the winter, so it's all fully LED lights.
Nice.
They're very bright. So we might have to tone them down, Jen, if you guys think they're too bright in the concession stand. And then, yeah, the pool slide had work done on it, and then we also reconditioned our pool pumps. So every 4 to 5 years, this is coming from my aquatics guy, you usually send them to like a AAA pump in Manchester. What they call is they wash and bake them, and then they re-lubricate them. Surprisingly, the old one we replaced 4 years ago was not so bad to recondition. The newer one was worse. So obviously power surges can damage a motor. And so both of them are pretty much brand new now. So
Good.
for a couple grand to recondition them, and having a backup is critical because this is not a pool pump you can just go to a pool store and buy. It's usually 8 to 10 week lead time to get one of the size pumps. So now if something catastrophic happens, our guys can easily change it out and we'll be back up and running in a couple hours.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, moving on to the spring, summer updates.
So we're trying to run SummerSlam basketball, which is an outdoor youth basketball league that will take place on our courts, outdoor basketball courts on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Registration ends next Friday, and we're about one team shy of being able to run the league. So we're pushing it out to every basketball organization in like a 20-mile, 30-mile radius, trying to get more teams to sign up.
Is there a particular age group that's missing, or how's it divided up?
It's like one team in each division, which is what's frustrating, because I'm like, oh, if I could only get one going. But I'm hopeful. But yeah, I
Okay.
need one team for 3-4, one team for 5-6, and one team for 7-8.
Okay.
For boys, and then girls, I need 2 teams. So there's a lot of interest out there, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's scheduling or.
How many teams do we have? Because we have quite a
We
bit.
do. We have 3, 6, 9, 14.
And it's 5-on-5, not 3-on-3? Okay.
Yeah, which maybe next year we try like 3-on-3 or something, and maybe that would attract more.
Yeah.
And is it bring your own team?
Bring your own team. Yeah, I'd love to do, and I think we could get more if we had the capacity to create teams and do tryouts, but we have too much going on in the summer to be able to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do that. It's a big time commitment, making teams and holding tryouts and evals and all of that. So I wish we could do that, but not in the summer.
And then the next two are mine, helping with the programming a little bit, because these two are taking on a lot. Working with a local teacher to offer arts in the park. So a sketch art class with Gilman Park under the pavilion. Still working on details, so hopefully that's out within the next week, starting in July to August. So she's a local art teacher that's on maternity leave. So it works out well for us. And then we are excited, we brought in We Flip Tumbling. They're based, they do classes at various other locations, but they're gonna come in and do a preschool toddler tumbling class in our big room upstairs. They'll load in on Sunday, they'll do it Monday morning, and then they'll be gone. So we're excited. We need a few more registrations for that one to be capacity. So if you have a preschooler, sign up because it's gonna be a fun little class.
We have ADA van update.
You wanna?
Yeah, we got the ADA van a few weeks ago. It's ready to go. We just need to get the our logo decals and stuff put on, which I believe is next week.
We gotta drop it off at the end of this week, and it's gonna be done next week.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. It's under 1,000 miles. Basically brand new. We've been test driving it. It is longer and wider, but it's the same height as our current Ford Transit van. So it's taking a little bit of getting used to, but we've shown the senior council they love it. We have some training scheduled to use and operate the lift, and how to troubleshoot it and things like that. Like if it gets stuck halfway up, what do you do? There's a way to manually lower it, nice and safe. So we're really excited to start using that. Again, getting the senior coordinator and really putting that van to good use. And we're planning to use it on a couple of trips coming up next week and the week following too. We're gonna bring our interns, so one, they get good training on sort of like how to drive on a trip and how to just make sure everyone is safe and enjoys the trip. But then also just good practice driving that new van too.
Where is the lift? Is it rear? Is it side?
The rear side, passenger side.
Got it. And then when a wheelchair is not in use, it can be seats
Yes. there are two
inside the
jump
van.
seats that fold up or down.
Got it.
So what's the capacity of the van?
It's 15, it's the same as the one we have now.
Okay.
15, two wheelchair, so if there's two wheelchairs, then it's 13 passenger.
Okay.
And then driver is 15, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
15th, yep.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, thank you guys for that. That's going to be a real big asset for our community. Trip recap.
We got a lot of trips planned for this summer, almost like once a week, but they fill up so fast, so I mean, why not? And we'll probably be expanding now that we have this other van. You know, some of them, we could probably just bring another group of people with us, so we have added some more Colette overnight trips. We have Canyon, Country, in 2026. This fall, we have Scotland. Yes. And then the other one is Northern Lights in Finland, yeah.
In Finland,
Yeah.
not Iceland.
Nope, Finland.
Exeter is fancy.
So excited. We're going to have some Colette come out and do a whole trip presentation later this summer. And yeah, what else do we have? Oh, we talked about the coach bus trips to Von Trapp family. I don't know, it's been a while with you all, but okay, so we did mention those too. So yep, those are filling up. Von Trapp and Newport mansions.
Yeah, Newport, we got to push a little bit more. It's a little slow. We only have 16.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, I know.
Do you take a coach bus for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't you send Nicole and myself that flyer,
Okay.
and we'll post it with our crew.
Yeah. It's a great price. It's from one of the grants that we got too, so it's a really affordable, fun day down in Newport. So
Yeah. It's exciting. You guys are doing some really great work.
thank you.
Yeah, and next year, I think we were talking about kind of looking at the 250 theme. So doing some revolutionary trips, some reenactment, maybe not reenactments, but
Historical sites, yeah.
Sites and important places trips.
Yeah, and there are those sites do have days that reenacting is happening and such.
Yes.
Good thinking. All right, pool building update, we kind of touched upon. Anything further you would like to add?
One last thing is, depending on how the budget comes in for 10 Hampton Road, if we don't need to tap into the impact fees, then we will come to the board immediately in September to do those renovations we talked about earlier this year. This year? Was it this year?
Last year.
It was last year. Last year,
What
yeah.
They're supposed to be
renovations?
done over the winter.
Yeah.
Refresh our memory?
Yeah, so that way our two guys can work on it from fall to when snow flies or sooner, so.
It was what, floor,
Floor,
bathroom?
partitions,
Oh, yeah.
Paint, the stainless steel counters in the concession.
yeah, making us the concession fully serve-safe compliant. But I think the flooring and the partitions are like the big ticket items. They're
Yeah.
about 16,000 each. So fingers crossed, 10 Hampton Road comes in. If not, we can do one probably or two, but not all
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like we're ready for summer. It's exciting. Thank you for all that hard work. This is a lot. And then to add a basketball league on top of everything.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it feels like that's a lot. But great work.
We have 3 fantastic interns this year that are ready to learn, ready to help out. So
Yeah, great. The interns are, all 3 of them, able to be paid?
Yes.
Yep.
Where are they from?
UNH.
Yeah, that's great. All right, number 5. Well, before we move on to number 5, any further questions on any of these A through H updates? Anything you feel like you need further clarification on before we move on? No? Moving on. Number 5, discussion item, pickleball.
Pickleball, off to a great start. 298 registered in our open play program. So we have about 101 residents at 34% of the makeup and 197 non-residents. Most people are from the general area. A couple from Massachusetts. And tennis, we have 47 for our open play program, which is huge for tennis. If you think of the capacity, you can only have 20 players playing at a time for tennis on those courts. And also a 34% makeup of residents and 66% non-residents. So equal participation, resident versus non-resident on our court programming. We've had a lot of requests for expanded hours, expanded programming, but we also want to protect
Open
not-
courts.
Open courts. First come, first serve use. So I really do love our policy that we enacted 2 years ago, year and a half ago, where those upper 3 courts are first come, first serve use 100% of the time. That's fantastic. But we're looking to do, we've added youth pickleball this year. So in the fall, we'll have a youth intro class on Sunday mornings. So that'll be nice. And then we're gonna do like 1 or 2 little pickleball tournaments, little scrambles throughout the summer. And then working with the tennis community on when to get some more tennis stuff in. A lot of them prefer the evening hours, and it's just tough because we have so many programs going on in the evening, and we can't program 100% of the time. So trying to find what to do and when to do it to attract more players or meet the needs of different players. So we've been working with Pavel, one of our instructors. He's doing his cardio tennis and his lessons and his beginner
Adult,
tennis,
yep.
beginner adult tennis. And we have tennis in the parks going on right now, which sold out very quickly, super popular. That's our youth USTA program that we love, and it's high in demand. So,
Has there been any discussion from the pickleball community or from elsewhere bubbling up on the potential to build pickleball courts somewhere within the Exeter community?
I have heard it, that there's a want for it. I know we have a lot of budgetary constraints.
I don't know where
Yeah.
they would go, but I was just curious if that's something that has been bubbling up and a potential thought or plan being put into place.
The courts are busy, I will say that, like, they're very, very busy, which is awesome to see. As Parks and Rec professionals, we love when our park is full and people are outside playing and enjoying these wonderful amenities we have in town. Yeah.
Yep. And on that, we will be going to the board this summer, probably in late June, to ask for approval from Park Improvement to purchase the rebounding boards that we had mentioned previously. So again, we're just waiting on Planet Playground, the pool. Like, we wanted to make sure before we go to them asking for requests to expend some funds. We want to make sure we're in a good shape.
Yep. All exciting stuff.
A question, any further thoughts about buying more semi-permanent nets?
Yes, that's something we would definitely be interested in, but we want to make sure that people realize that, like, they have to be properly placed, and it's, so, yeah, that would be something we would look into, Bob.
Okay. And also on youth pickleball in the fall, when do you think that would start and what ages?
Let me pull it up for you and I can tell you that exact information. It starts, I believe, September 7th. And it starts, the youngest is grade 3, so I believe 8 years old, and it'll go through high school age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I have a grandson, 13. so
Oh, great, yeah,
just
sign him
curious.
up.
Yeah.
It'll mimic a lot of our other programs, so 6 weeks, similar to the Tennis in the Parks program, where you get a 1-hour lesson every week, and it'll also be some social games and some playing as well. Taught by Peter, who's our wonderful pickleball instructor. He's a retired high school physical education teacher, so great candidate for youth intro to pickleball.
He was good last year.
Yes,
No,
yes.
Nice job. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions? Great. Fundraising events.
All right, I'll start off. The beer garden has been tabled for indefinitely, so that's something we're no longer pursuing. One thing I want to know if the board is in agreement, and we'd love to organize a town-wide yard sale and put together a map. Everyone loves yard sailing, so it's something that they could register with us like other towns run it. They register with us for a minimal fee. We put together a Google map, pin, send out that Google map via, print it, whatever, we can do multiple versions, and it's a nice way to bring the community together too, instead like, hey, get your junk out of your house, like get a yard sale going. Very minimal effort, and that's something that we'd like to pursue.
Would there be revenue to the rec board for that?
Revenue back to our rec revolving fund, yes. Yep.
How would that work?
They're just like a program. They would register with us, they'd get their,
So you pay a fee to register?
yep,
Okay.
yep. A minimal fee, Mike. You're talking $10.
I think that's a cool idea.
So if we get 100 houses, it's $1,000 right there.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people I see that have, it seems like they have yard sales every weekend at their house. So this is
Yeah.
an opportunity to really get the whole community like, oh, let's pick a date. And
You don't have to
go
put up
for
a
it.
sign.
Don't have to put up a sign, here you go, you're on the map.
I think that's a great idea.
Is that something you put together independently with Google Maps and just put pins on, or is there like a platform that kind of?
No, it would be Google Maps.
Yeah.
I've talked to the rec director in Sandown, and that's all she uses.
It's easy.
like
It's
a
free, so
just
that's good.
place it down there,
Yeah.
and then you can print it off, but you print off the whole listing in like an Excel spreadsheet
Yeah.
that will put the pins on the Google map. So you can put your GPS in and drive around and kind of come up with the best route you want and pick and choose.
So that'd be a pretty light lift for you guys.
Very light lift. Because they have to register and have all their stuff in our system anyways. So and then we export the Excel spreadsheet and then upload it to the Google Pins, and we're done. And we could make a fancy map if we wanted to, but.
And have a webpage for people to access the information easily,
Correct.
which is,
Yep.
I feel like
Yes.
the draw of it, getting the word out that you're having the yard sale.
And being able to pull it up on your phone, because you'll have access to it
Right.
right on our website.
Can
Even
people
better.
list what they have, if they have like really good stuff?
No, in general, no. It's just like, hey, this is the town-wide yard sale. Register here, and some of them will like then promote on social media, like, hey, I've signed up for the town. I have a bunch of kids stuff. Come on by.
Right, right.
So it
And
works
people
hand
can be
in hand.
creative with their things like kid-friendly yard sale, or, like furniture moving sale. Like, sometimes people can be clever with their wording
Yeah,
to clue you in. That is exciting.
What time of year would be the target?
We're talking after Powder Keg, October.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's smart.
in between October and Halloween. This is something on a Saturday that we don't have to be there for. It's especially, here's an event, like, here you go, here's the website. I know, like, for instance, the towns, I've talked to them, they've run it on the same weekend as Powder Keg, and I don't want to do that, obviously. So, but doing it the following weekend or the weekend after, I think would be fine. People will still yard sale in October.
And I think if it was successful, it could almost be an annual thing. You could almost maybe do two, like a spring one
Yep.
and a fall one as well. And I think it's great because then people are reusing, and sort of reducing from that landfill and.
And
so I think
we'd
it's a
probably
great
reach
idea.
out and work with our sustainability committee, to be honest with you, like,
That
here
would
you
be
go, this
smart.
is an opportunity, like, and even if that's a revenue share. Like, here, they always do, they're having initiatives all the time, and just Parks and Rec and sustainability kind of go together.
Yep.
So what needs to happen to make that go forward?
I love this is what you're digging into.
I like that. That's a great idea.
Your blessing, you can vote for your approval of us moving forward with this program, this fundraising idea.
I don't think we need to vote, because we don't vote on when you create new
Correct.
programs, so we don't need to set that precedent. However, Mike, do you want to give a flourish of your hand signaling your approval?
I think it's a great idea. I think anything that is a light lift for these guys and gets the community together and make a couple bucks off of is a great idea.
Yeah, and you got to do it once, right?
Yep.
See how it goes.
Yeah, and we'll report back at next meeting after I talk with Kristen Murphy, our sustainability planner,
Natural resource.
natural resource and sustainability. She has many titles.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. All right, let's move on to Battle of the Badges pickleball tournament.
So this was actually brought up from one of our volunteers for pickleball, like an awesome opportunity if we wanted to do a fun local thing. Battle of the Badges is one of the popular things around the state. You see, they do hockey tournament. Like, what if we do our mini version of Exeter Police versus Exeter Fire? Would they be interested? I haven't talked to the chiefs, but that was something. I do know there's several pickleball players in both departments, so it could be a fun little.
Yeah, could be bigger than Exeter.
It could be.
Could be.
Oh,
Because I can attest that in Portsmouth, our police and fire departments are pickleballers as well. Everyone is a pickleballer at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone. Sweeping the nation.
So that's something it's very minor beginning. That's something we were like, oh, this might be a nice little thing. Like, and when I say fundraiser, like we just bought an event grill. We sell burgers and dogs. That's about it. Like something to be there, rah rah. And we've talked to Melissa also about like maybe doing like a town employee like pickleball tournament, just to get them to get people out there and out of their comfort zone and just like, hey, and again, we'll grill.
Yeah.
We're going to utilize this event grill we just bought, so.
Yeah, you could do pickleball for those who want to play, maybe set up some cornhole for those who don't want to play the pickleball. They could do something lighter, like cornhole, or sit.
When would
Cheer.
you, if you were to do that, when would you target?
That, Jen, I do not know.
Jen wants to make sure she can make it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like August, like
Yeah.
end of August.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, end of
Or
the
like
season.
Yeah, towards
of
the end,
summer,
after camp,
when-
but
After
before
camp.
school.
When it's a
okay.
little quieter.
And getting rid of some of the concession stand items.
Smart.
Not
Fantastic.
candy, though, we'll save that for Halloween.
We have others with a question mark on this agenda?
Yeah, as last time we met, we threw it out there for you as a board, if you thought of any cool ideas that you may want to see us look more into. That's really what it was, and we can skim over it now, but we'll put it back on your plate. Think of something like a cool event, cool opportunity that not only showcases the Parks and Rec, but the town of Exeter itself, and bring some economic vibrance to the town. So,
One of the things that I was considering when you mentioned this was, do you anticipate with the new facility having more hours or more rooms or both for rentable space? Like, I would like to have a board meeting. I would like to have a birthday party. I would like to have, some sort of real estate meeting and privately rent out the rooms.
yeah, we do have a lot of rentals already that go to our senior center, and we would like to relocate them to 10 Hampton Road, not only for a newer facility, but also more parking. We have a lot of co-ops in this town that meet, but there's only 23 parking spaces at Court Street. So if you have 50 residents want to show up and they all drive a separate car, they're parking on the street here and there, where at 10 Hampton Road, you have the opportunity to park 50 to 60 cars. So, and looking at it as possibly being for more revenue, we have to work out logistics, but obviously we can't take on weekend and night hours, but is there something where like, oh, the fee for a birthday party goes to a part-time employee that is there to make sure the building gets cleaned up, and knowing that we're gonna come in on Monday and programs need to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going from 3 rentable spaces in our current location to 5 rentable spaces.
Oh,
within the
great.
Building, so,
That is exciting.
very exciting.
Fantastic. Any questions on fundraising?
I'm just curious as to what happened with the beer garden idea, since I know, was it Sam Adams that reached out or something?
Yeah, we felt that at this time, we needed to do more research to it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So the to-do for this board for the next meeting is to have great fundraising ideas.
Yes.
Which we should have remembered, since I think that was brought up on our last meeting. It is the process that we sort of brainstorm them, and you guys take the ideas and then run with the best one.
And we'll tell you
Okay.
if it's feasible.
Yeah,
Like, can we do it do we have the capacity to do
right.
them?
Because I think we had some good discussion last time. There was like an adult prom, and then it kind of went into what requires people to actually show up and what can be done, remotely by people bidding on stuff. And so is it something where the preference is to have something like the Google Maps idea, which is sort of, freeware, or something that would require putting some money up front in order to, set up an event? Or are you pretty open depending on the platform?
I think it's open and to the platform and potential, but at the same time, the timing of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because obviously, we're not going to want to do something big now in summertime, because obviously, we're at capacity.
Right. So fall, early winter might be.
Fall, early winter, late spring after,
Yeah.
but even
spring.
early spring, yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
we do have some peaks and valleys, but the valleys are few and far between now.
I'd also add that when people are brainstorming, is there anything that you could augment an event that potentially is already existing as an additional revenue stream? So instead of a brand new something, is there, a side silo that could be added to an existing event, or something like a dunking booth to dunk Santa at the, something that's, the event is already going on, and this is just one small component that might be easier for the team to execute. All of the above, though, right? And then I dare say that one of the things, the Powder Keg brings a lot of volunteers from the board to that event. So potentially something that we think about as a board is maybe it's something we could get behind, that we're working, that we're running, to help the department. So maybe that could be another thread we think about, and how do we have an active role rather than just saying, hey, go run this and, make money. How could we be helpful?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Any other thoughts, comments, tangential ideas? Fantastic. All right.
I have one question.
Okay.
After Labor Day, what's the load at the rec field? Is it still a full complement of soccer?
Full complement of
Pretty much,
soccer,
right.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. Except for Sunday mornings. Sunday
Yeah.
mornings tend to not want, no one wants to book Sunday mornings. Obviously, people have religious obligations they like to do on Sundays. In the past, we've run adult softball on Sunday mornings, but that fizzled out after 1 year. There was no real call for it, so, but yeah, Monday through Saturday, it's soccer, and more soccer.
And Gilman Park's still not a lot going on, especially after Labor Day, right?
Yeah, Gilman Park, after T-ball is done, it sits very quiet until we finish the not redevelopment, but the enhancements to it, like that we've mentioned in the past. We could look into utilizing that field more, but it is a T-ball field. So can't do too much, maybe a wiffle ball tournament or wiffle ball, but that's why we're trying to utilize the pavilion for the arts in the park.
That's a great idea.
They need a rain site, and we don't really have an indoor site for them, so this could be an opportunity for them. Just have to have a porta potty there.
Terrific. Fall programming ideas.
So, in the spring, we run a lot of youth sports, but in the fall, we do not. So looking to expand that. I had to cancel field hockey this year because we didn't have enough participants. But it is a true fall sport, so looking to move it into the season that it naturally fits in, I think would be great. I also want to add youth volleyball. I think that's a great opportunity for expansion there. And then we heard from our coaches and our parents last winter that they want more basketball. So we're trying summer basketball, and I'd like to either do like a D League or like a couple little clinics to help some players develop some more skills as they start their seasons in some rec travel or true travel programs.
I suspect you'll have Wii Flip back in the fall as well.
Yes.
That would be,
Yep.
if all goes well
If all
this
goes well.
summer.
Yeah,
Yep.
and looking at adding some art programming as well in the new building. I'm thinking sport specific here. But yeah, we're excited. We have a couple of art instructors that have reached out that want to offer some art classes in the new space, so we're very excited about that.
For senior programming, what do we have lined up for fall in our new building?
In the new building, we just added a Medicare 101 presentation. That
You
isn't.
gotta have it.
But we'll have our chair yoga. The instructors Caroline mentioned also do art classes for adults and youth too. So
Great.
we have a lot of different art classes right now. We're working on a collage class. If that's popular, we'll continue that. We did a gel printing class, which filled up. That was really popular, so we'll probably offer that again. Quilling, yeah, very cool. If you're not familiar with it, twisting all different strips of paper essentially, but it makes the coolest art, like 3-dimensional, really neat. Really
I've
easy.
received cards,
Yeah.
like with a little hedgehog
Yes.
on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
But I'll be excited, whoever gets the senior coordinator position, what their ideas are. Not to go off on a rant, but I emailed you and a couple other people today about it.
Activity Connect.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what that
Never
was.
heard of it, and
Yeah.
it's just a great resource for programming for seniors and all
It's
sorts of.
$178 for a subscription for the year, but it lays out your whole year.
Interesting.
So it has like, oh, it's National Cupcake Day. This is what you can do for your senior activity.
Clever.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And then just insert the word
Exactly.
child, and
Yeah.
you could potentially have like a preschool cupcake, whatever. Yeah, that's
Had
clever.
a cool like daily like newspaper kind of thing
Yeah.
you could have in the senior lounge too, with like fun facts and trivia and stuff like that too.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
You guys are really rocking and rolling. Well, that's exciting. Carolyn, what is D-League? I don't know what that term.
Developmental league.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Where would the youth volleyball take place?
Looking at hopefully the tuck. I should probably reserve space.
Albert. Yeah. Because we 2 years ago, we purchased the stanchions for adult volleyball, which has its peaks and valleys. So we have the equipment. We need to be able to put it in. And that's all.
Yeah, I think for this time of year, these three sports in particular are great because it's a time of year where, football and flag football really dominate. So to give kids another option, especially for
Yes.
sports that are presented at CMS, so they can get more interested by the time they age out of some of these programs that they have a foundation. So these are fantastic, great idea.
And a lot of our programs are geared towards like younger kids. By the time you're in second grade, you're aging out of our program. So trying to find something that is great for that age range that's not ultra competitive, because I think people kind of go in these very competitive routes, and then there's a lot of kids that are not in those areas that I'd like to attract to some of our programs.
Is the tuck gym even used in the fall?
But yeah, basketball.
Who plays there?
Exeter basketball
UIB.
UIB.
starts
Oh, they play there
early.
now?
Yeah.
Oh,
They play year round there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a neat old gym.
Yes. I could say I
A lot of
played
dead
that
boards
gym.
in that gym, for sure.
What makes it neat?
Yeah.
Caroline, just thinking of fall sports, I know we do the summer golf camp. Is there any thought of golf? Because that is a fall, I'm just thinking fall sports, I'm thinking
Yeah.
golf or cross country.
I definitely should reach out, and we've thought about cross country, because we had like a summer run club, like a unofficial. It was just our track coach continued to run with some of the kids, but I think that would be a great addition.
Yeah, we have a cross-country team that starts in 4th grade at Lincoln Street
yeah.
School. So maybe for some of those younger kids
Yeah.
that like to run, but just thinking of, I'm really big into the sport in the season that it should be
I agree.
in.
I agree. Yeah.
So the just additional ones. I mean, I know
Yeah.
ECC is pretty busy with the high school golf team, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know, Sunday mornings or just something for maybe those kids that interest was peaked in the summer golf camp.
Right, even doing
Just-
like a clinic or a one-day tournament or something just to get them back there. I've asked about doing like a summer twilight league, but they just don't have the availability.
Yeah.
They're so busy.
They're so busy.
Yeah.
And the tough part is, we were chatting before, you got to get the age-appropriate clubs if they don't have them,
Right.
and then those have to be supplied, and it creates a little bit
Sure.
of a, yeah,
And our loaner clubs are seeing its better days.
yeah.
I gotta buy more.
We got a grant a number of years ago from the Tiger Wood Foundation. But,
Although I think you guys run a summer golf program?
yep.
Okay.
We
And
do
that,
two, they're like it's a 3-day, half-day camp.
okay.
So we partner with
Exeter
ECC
Country.
You see, okay.
to run that. It's a wonderful program. Kids come back year after year and really love it.
It's what got Jack into golf. was
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
All right, any further discussion about any of our topics? It was quite the list.
And it could have been longer, but I tried to, well, we still want to circle back on the financial stability, sustainability of our department, which will piggyback because one of our interns, his name is Spencer, is doing an economic impact study for the Parks and Rec. So he's going to be going to several events, several facilities, and getting feedback, not only how, like, let's figure out who, are they coming in from town, are they local? Do they rent? Do they buy? Are they a taxpayer? Like, and then how much are they spending if they come in from out of town? Like, are they staying locally? Are they staying on Hampton Beach? So, National Parks and Recreation Association puts out this major one, which is like, oh, Parks and Rec brings in $2-point-something billion of tax or economic impact to the communities. Well, we want to do it on a smaller scale to really show how much impact, especially, he won't be here for Powder Keg, but the Big Brothers Big Sisters tournament's a good one that brings in a lot of people. The pool, the new playground, we anticipate bringing a lot of non-residents in. So what are they spending their money on when they get here?
Yeah.
Are they buying ice cream from our concession? Are they going downtown to go out to dinner? Or even just stopping at the local convenience store and buying something?
Yep.
So just trying to find those habits. And so he's very excited about it. And I've encouraged him. He's on to greater things at Texas A&M at the end of this
Oh,
summer.
exciting.
And one of the renowned Parks and Rec economic impact people, John Crompton, is a professor at Texas A&M and has done impact studies for National Parks and Rec Association for about 25 years. So hopefully there's a connection there and he can build upon a nice little impact study that we can then present to the select board and you guys as well to say, hey, we brought in this much revenue, this is how much the economic impact was on the community.
That's
Exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to use those interns.
Have you reached out to, I know we lost a seniors pickleball tournament a couple of years ago. Have you
Yeah.
reached out to Joe perhaps and consider that as a tournament to bring back?
We have not, because we're waiting for them to reach out to us, because not knowing, they need to be able to do everything that Big Brothers Big Sisters did or
Right.
does. And I don't know if that is capable, and especially the timing of it. If I remember right, it's like right during like camp. At least Big Brothers and Big Sisters has consolidated to 2 days.
Right.
So they're not affecting programs on either end. So,
Yeah, I think it was a month after Big Brothers Big Sisters that the senior
yeah.
tournament was, like in August.
Yeah, if they can do it on a Saturday and Sunday, more power to them. We'd like to have a discussion with them, but if they need 3 full days, then that could be a problem, unless summer camp is over. But we are bringing back, for instance, this summer, that's one thing I didn't mention, is engaged pickleball camps will be back again, late August on the lower courts for its 3 days. They pay us well.
Very
And
nice.
they, our volunteers have been very good stewards of Exeter to them.
Okay, we are at new business.
Don't have any new business really. I just,
I'm on the 250th commission,
That's
so
new.
just looking at planning some events for next year. So we might move, like, we have our Black Hawk event this July, so looking at moving that to June to kind of be the kickoff event for the 250th year. And then some other just Parks and Rec events that we always do in the summer will just be hopefully enhanced.
yes.
Fantastic. When the new rec center is complete and open, what will happen to the old rec center?
That's something that I believe the Facilities Advisory Committee is doing a needs assessment of all town offices. Correct me if, am I right, Nancy? Yep. So they're gonna examine everything and see if people need to be shifted around. So that's a decision way above our pay grade, and something that the select board will have to take up down the line from recommendations, probably from the Facility Advisory Committee.
Got it. Is there, and then how does the senior center facility play into all of that with Meals on Wheels there?
So until there's another commercial kitchen that Meals on Wheels could utilize, I don't think the town is looking to evict them anytime soon. It just will probably be a little better maintained of a site, because we do have some issues with renters not leaving the facility clean. So if we take some of the renters with us, that should lessen it. But that's a higher discussion, I think they're gonna have to discuss, because that parcel of land, 30 and 32 Court Street, are combined.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna get rid of the senior center and sell it off, or the 32 Court Street, because it's one lot.
Right, right. Well, good. Well, thank you for
You're
that
welcome.
explanation. Any other new business from the board?
I have new old business and new business. Just a skate park. A long time ago, there was some groups in here trying to do something at the skate park. I have no idea what's going on there, just curious if there's any developments or if it's.
No developments, but I'm getting quotes to fix up some of the elements. The skate light on the mini half pipe is getting pretty worn. My guys will hopefully be able to address more of the graffiti with the graffiti removal we have, but it definitely needs some love. So it's trying to figure out like what we can do to make it look a little prettier, but at the same time, what's the future of the skate park? Like, how do we want to enhance it? I can tell you, every time I go by, there's 4 or 5 cars in the parking lot. There's kids, from young kids on scooters to old teenagers, and actually I know a town employee here that goes and skates there, and she says it's one of the best mini half pipes in the seacoast. So I take that pretty good, because she also goes to Portsmouth and she's scared. So it's a nice balance, but skate parks are expensive, and if we want to do it, it should be the 3rd rendition of the skate park if we go to renovate it. So that's a bigger discussion. I think there's enough skaters in town if we drummed up some excitement that they could.
I was just curious. And the only other thing I have is Russ Dean's gonna be leaving, and somehow, before he leaves, I think the rec board should do something as a statement of he's been a good supporter of the rec board. Youth baseball, I know. I just wanted to say that we will miss Russ Dean. And that was my new business.
Yeah.
It's a good suggestion.
Thank you. Any new or old business that the board would like to bring forward?
I have just one follow-up. Maybe I missed one of the meetings. At one time, you were talking about music being piped in to the pool area and selling advertising. What happened to that, or where is that?
Yeah, so we started it last year. Neptune Radio is our vendor. So they hold the music licenses and play lyric, free, safe music. And there's the opportunity to sell ad space. Last year we had 2 sponsors. This year we have, I think, 3 right now. So it's a good revenue generator. And now that, during the Planet Playground renovations, we've included some wires and
Conduit.
conduit underneath. Thank you.
That we
to,
eventually can expand speakers, so Exeter Parks and Rec Radio could be playing spring, summer, and fall around Planet Playground, which would hopefully generate more revenue, because people will say, hey, I'll go there and buy advertisement. So it's there. We're not close to installing anything, but while we were doing paving and the paving is up, we ran essential conduits.
Yeah, why the heck not?
Good
We
plan.
ran like 4 different conduits to different places. So finally, something that got approved 2 years ago were the cameras for the tennis courts. Those are gonna be going in this summer at some point. So that will be exciting. And then, we have opportunity to utilize our well for future pool filling, so we don't have to buy the water. We have a very expansive well for our irrigation. So we have a line that is coming inches away from the pool building. So we got everything. We thought ahead, like, all right, we don't want to cut into beautiful pavement. So that's one of the things that we decided to put in.
Good plan, short money.
Yep.
All right, members of the board, any final discussion points that you would like to bring up before we get a motion for adjournment?
One thing we did forget to mention, the walkway grant that we applied to for AARP, we did not get. There were 3,500 applicants nationwide. We did ask for the max of $20,000. So that's something we may come back to the board and talk about pivoting on some of our park improvement and finish the walkway from 4 Hampton Road to 10 Hampton
Yeah.
Road and get that out of the way. Because one thing that we did is we did widen it. So not only is it more accessible and wider for families to walk, but we can actually put a pickup truck on it for maintenance purposes and drive partial. Right now we can't, but down the line that we would make it wide enough to have a vehicle that can go and would put barricades to make sure people don't drive it. But it's something that we think would be essential once we actually move into 10 Hampton Road, having that connectivity.
Yeah, that's smart.
I do have one question. What is the status of the pickets that were not picked up? Where are those?
Yeah, the pickets are right now on a pallet at Planet Playground still. They will be being relocated next week to our office, and we're gonna set them up against the fence line in the back of our building and encourage people to come by and people are still coming by and they pick them here and there.
Yeah, I picked up like a half dozen
Yeah.
for teachers.
So, we don't want, and then eventually we'll put them away and maybe reuse them for something. And just back to Planet Playground, sorry, I'm jumping around, but the kiosk, when they're done, people will be blown away with what they look like. We already have one of the peaks done out of PVC, and it mimics the giant rocket in the Planet Playground.
Nice.
So,
Cool.
I gotta go by.
You guys are doing a great job.
And buy your bricks.
Buy your bricks. Bricks were all on sale. We will be putting up a banner encouraging people to purchase a brick and leave their legacy with Plan to Playground.
And you can get the optional Exeter Parks and Rec logo put on your brick for free.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Very nice.
That's it.
Do we have motion for adjournment?
I will motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Oh, that was sad.
Give it another.
Thank you for
There you
tuning
go.
in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.